20 ancient shards and a 2x event for legendary and epics and a progressive chance. We've got a double event here, so let's just go. Let's do this. Hopefully we get lucky. I'm not quite sure how far through I am with my mercy right now, but hopefully quite far through. There could be a good chance here. And, you know, along the way, maybe we'll get a couple epics to put into somewhere in my game and maybe some legendaries. And if you want to get legendaries for yourself and you don't have the ancient shards right now, then maybe just start a new account instead. Because if you do, you can get this legendary and these epics as you level up. And the choice between one of these promo code legendaries by going to the promo code section on a new account. And of course, if you do it right now, you can get Lemonisi as well. So we're talking about a triple legendary, triple epic start right now. You just got to use my link in the description and create a brand new account for it to work. Pretty good idea to do it, honestly. Honestly, starting right now, there's never been a better time. If you're a long-term player, you don't want to restart, then yeah, we just got to build up ancient shards from going into clan boss and all that stuff. That's what I've been doing. Need to make some space real quick. All right, yeah, we're going to do this. We're just going to jump in and try our very, very best to get something good. And if we do, awesome. And if not, then we're just making our progress towards that mercy anyway, so it's not a big deal. Right now, you know, ancient shards considering, we are looking at a 1% legendary, 16% epic. Not the greatest of odds, but, you know, like I say, mercy system could save our day. And there's even a mercy system for epics, so we'll probably get at least one epic, right? I mean, that's something to write home about, maybe. We're going to just keep going. I'll save my sacreds. I'm not going to open my sacreds today. All of these shards I've been building up over time. We did the Tholin fusion, I think, and I completely ran out of shards completely. So I've been building up slowly, bit by bit. Prosecutor. I don't actually have many high elves, so it's quite interesting to see this. Most rares aren't that good, though. Probably not worth keeping. So yeah, it's taken me a little bit of a time to build up this little 20 stash of ancients. I know it's not massive, but one of the things slowing me down is I haven't been able to get Ultra Nightmare 2 key on... Oh, here we go. First epic on Demon Lord. I could do Nightmare fine. Every day I do Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard. I get my chest from that, the highest level chest, but I'm not quite at Ultra Nightmare yet, which is quite a shame. I really should be. Anyway, let's have a look. We've got Rearguard Sergeant, a dwarf. Okay. Aura is increased force ally HP in all battles. Okay. A1 attacks one enemy, has a 40% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Okay. Interesting. A fairly low chance, and if you fully book it up, you got a 50% chance. So fairly low chance, but a pretty high decreased defense debuff. Attacks on enemies has a 50% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. So this is a debuffer champ, and if you ascend it, you'll also get heals by 25% of the damage inflicted. Interesting. 4 turn here, and you can book it up to 8 levels to get a cooldown to 3 turns, and the damage and debuff chance will increase. So it's an okay, yeah, not bad, because it's an AoE as well. So that's actually quite a cool skill. A3 places a 50% ally protection buff and 15% continuous heal buff on all allies. Oh, that's quite nice. Pretty interesting little debuffer, buffer. Probably going to be useful in faction wars. Not sure about where else. You know, I could always do with more epic dwarves to throw in the faction wars. I'm not going to complain with that one. All right, well, we continue. That was our first epic of the day. We are going to keep on going. I know there's a fragment event coming up for the Hound. I can't remember the name, but I might skip. I'm still slowly building up some resources for an event that really is worth holding on to. Grappler. Look at Grappler. Apparently, Grappler is good for faction wars. I've got a lot of skinwalkers, though, including Monkey King, so don't need to worry about that. On we go. We are racing through these. Yeah, we're halfway through Judge level 1. Dark Elves. Oh, that is a complicated spell. Decrease accuracy, decrease speed, decrease attack, and decrease defense. Whoa. Very... it does each one. So each hit. Interesting. Wow. That's the passive. So that's quite an interesting little ability, but I'm guessing with a 30% chance, it's not going to happen often. Death Chanter. Okay. We shall continue on going on. It's really nice now. I've got to the point in the game where I've built up quite a, routine. So I'm doing my advanced quests. I'm doing my faction wars every day. I'm doing my Demon Lord. Slowly building up resources bit by bit. And yeah, like I said, I took a bit of a break from the last couple events to build up some resources. So right now, I'm sitting on 5.6k energy. Yeah, I just like kind of hoping that when the next event comes around, I've got the resources for it. Obviously, I'm burning through some ancients right now, so probably not the smartest idea. But the sacreds are coming along a little bit. And, I just think that sometimes it's good in this game to sort of not do every event, because if you try and do that, you're just going to fail, right? And then you're wasting your resources. So, yeah, hopefully we get another good champion sort of fusion coming around the corner. The one that I missed was obviously a really good one, unfortunately, but I didn't have the resources for it. So I hope next time a really good champion does come around, I've got the resources and I am ready to roll. And that's the goal. I just want to always be able to sit on like a bunch of gems, bunch of energy, bunch of shards, be able to use them when I need, right? Whenever I want to for the thing, whatever events turn up. Okay, Kitus, a Knight's Revenant. Oof, not so good apparently. I think I got quite a good Knight's Revenant team already. 33% HP. Attacks one enemy has an 85% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction debuff. Okay, heal reduction. A 50% increase in attack buff on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks 4 times at random. The attacks will be critical if the target has any buffs. Okay, most targets have buffs, so I wonder if you could build this character with a really high attack percent and just ignore the critical rate. I'm not sure. And then the A3, Bleeding Wounds. Attacks on enemies 2 times. Damage increases according to the amount of HP this champion has lost. This is a secret skill and only becomes available when this champion has lost 50% of their HP. That is a very strange ability. I'm not sure if that's really going to do much. Interesting character concept, though, I must say. But yeah, I think there's a bit of a limitation in their abilities. Oh, another epic. Here we go. Jorojin, and this character, well, he looks pretty tanky. Some fairly decent reviews on this one. Okay, I do need more Shadowkins. Once again, another ally HP in all battles by 25%. A lot of ally HP auras today. A1 attacks one enemy, has a 45% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff. Okay, another decrease attack debuffer. This is an HP champ this time though, and you can increase the debuff chance up to 60. What is that? 60%. Yeah, 60%, which is okay, not the best. You kind of want to be able to rely on your debuffs. 60% chance is fairly low, really. Places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns equal to 25% of their max HP, then attacks one enemy. Places a provoke. Ooh, okay, provoke. If the target's max HP is equal to or lower than just champions, the debuff cannot be resisted. So you can build this one really, really tanky with a lot of health. And provoke, that could be useful in certain situations for sure. And as you can see, pretty decent in Demon Lord. Even in like arena offense, interestingly enough. Okay, what about the A3? Attacks one enemy will ignore 25% of the target's defense. It also ignores unkillable buffs. Oh, that's actually quite useful. There are times where you need a champ that ignores unkillable. I've got Tholin now, so that's really great. But yeah, this could actually be useful in a lot of teams. Will receive 25% less damage for any enemy attacks when this champion's HP drops to 50% or below. So a very tanky champ that's going to stay alive for a long time, that can cut through unkillable and provoke as well. So, a bit of a mixed bag, a bit all over the place with the skills, but I definitely see there could be some utility with this one. All right, we go. We got 3 more. I don't know if a legendary is coming, but we're building up our mercy system anyway. So, it's all about making progress bit by bit over time, isn't it, really? And we've got a very funny looking Skidwalker here, Channeler. Okay, our final chance. I have not been keeping track of my mercy counter, so I don't know how likely this is, but we're going to do it anyway. Here we go. And it is. Oh. What? Okay, I was not actually expecting that. No way. Underpriest Brogni, a legendary dwarf. Wow. Okay. And he's very highly rated as well. In Demon Lord, I was just talking about Demon Lord. Apparently, Plarium's listening. Okay, let's see what his kit's all about. Attacks on enemy has a 45% chance of placing a HP burn debuff. Dwarves in their HP burns. Nice. Awesome. Could always do with more HP burns. Attacks on enemies has... wait. Okay, that's the AoE attack. 75% chance of removing one random buff from all enemies. And a 75% chance of removing one random debuff from all allies. And increases the value of shield buffs on allies by 30% of the damage inflicted. Pretty good. Block debuff buff and a 50% increase attack buff. And places a shield buff. Oh, this is a pretty good support champ. And then we have the passive. Whenever an ally under a shield buff is attacked, reflects 25% of the damage inflicted on the shield buff back to the attacker. Also heals the ally by 25% of the damage inflicted. I can see why this champ is good in Demon Lord. A lot of like defense coming in and reflected damage, which is going to be really good as those turns go on and all sorts of clan boss activity. And it's ally resistance in Doom Tower battles by 60. That was a very surprising turnout. Honestly, I was not expecting that. Awesome. Well, let me know if you had any good luck with your ancient shards with this 2x event, and I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio.